I am Reverend Dr. Medad Virunji Ayesu. I am the director and founder of World Shine Ministries, a mission and development agency that is involved in reaching, raising, and releasing men and women into their destiny. World Shine Ministries exists to raise godly men and godly women, to lead Uganda and influence the nations for Christ.
Reach, Raise, Release has been the core tenet of World Shine since it began in 2002. Reach through evangelism, raise through discipleship, and release to influence the nations for Christ. Medad describes World Shine Ministries as a missions and development agency, which captures the essence of Reach, Raise, Release. Missions is at the core of the ministry. It's what Medad's heart beats for. He is first and foremost an evangelist. If there's a chance that he'd be able to get up in front of a group of people and preach the gospel and invite them to give their lives to the Lord, he's there. In fact, he preaches all over the country, sometimes several times in a day. He's not limited to Uganda. He aches for the nations and prays big prayers for God to give him the nations. So there's this global reach that God has inexplicably given this small ministry. Medad has preached in many countries around the world and won thousands to the Lord. The second part of a missions and development agency is raising young men and women into solid godly workers in the kingdom of God. We do that with a long-term view of impacting the nations. Begin early in primary school and raise up men and women of godly integrity through the university and into the marketplace.
And in an effort to fulfill this mission and vision, God led us to start Rentable World Shine Foundation School. But above all, we wanted to raise men and women who are God-fearing. So we started this school as a purely Christian school where the children are raised, taught on Christian principles. Our emphasis was Christian values. And our idea was that when we raise these children from 2 years onwards in godly principles, then we will raise men and women of integrity who are going to lead Uganda and influence the nations for Christ. We began with 125 children. We began with children who were malnourished, sick, violently abused. So we now have peaceful, healthy, smiling children. And this school is a peaceful environment where you can bring your child and your child will be taught and nurtured in godliness and in good education.
You are life and hope. You're my friend like no one.
My aunt saw that I had still the zeal to go back to school, and so she said, if you are willing to study, let me take you back to school. The head teacher helped me, they loved me, and all the teachers demonstrated love towards me, and it's where I got this mama constancy, and then she helped me to complete P7. So one thing this school has helped me that I will never forget in my life is that I have come to the knowledge of God because of them.
Leadership development involves the school, we train leaders, but also involves Vadia Show, which is a youth fellowship for young leaders.
Vadia Show is a Hebrew word that means valley of a cluster. A valley of a cluster is in the book of Deuteronomy, from Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 23 to 25. This is where the Israelites were sent into the land, the valley of Eshcol, and came out with fruit clusters. And they say that the land was good, and this is the land God had given unto them. And so we saw that as a good name for our fellowship, as a land, the land that God has given us to grow in. It's based on the Reach, Raise, Release, where we get so many young people from wherever we go for missions, and we bring them into Vadia Show, and they are raised through discipleship, through fellowships and programs, and then they are released.
The Emerging Leaders Program is a 9-month post-university program of intensive Bible study and training to be released into the mission field of the marketplace. There are 6 elements and commitments of the program. Our students commit to 3 2-hour early morning Bible lectures per week, which move from Genesis through Revelation, as well as study topics such as discipleship, relationship, workplace. Each student commits to be involved and active in their local church. Each student commits to walk out a diligent, godly work ethic. We help place students in internships at local ministries or Christian businesses. Students commit to financial responsibility by raising or earning a portion of their program fees and facilitation. Each student commits to walking with a discipleship mentor who takes special interest in his or her personal and spiritual development. Each Emerging Leaders class is a community in itself, and the students commit to work together and to support each other. When a student graduates from the Emerging Leaders program, they will have a solid grounding in the Word, be equipped to make disciples, and have the strategy and confidence to share the gospel in their workplace. And so they will be released to take territory for the kingdom of God and impact nations for Christ.